Good evening, everyone. Right, I hope the screen is visible to you. Can anyone briefly explain what did we do in the previous class? Hannah, I know you were there in the previous class, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
So Hannah, can you explain briefly what did we do in the previous class?
We were doing the login dashboard app and main
And what else?
protected route also.
Okay. So we were dealing with the routes, right?
Yeah.
Login and registration, all those things. So in today's class, what we will do, we will discover the basics of React. And the basics of React include, let me write in the comment box, the basics of React are the components, that is the class component and functional component, and along with that we will also see the states and props. And in this class we will discover these much of things. So what am I going to do over now is, inside this React app and the src folder, I am going to create a new file, and the name of the file is welcome.jsx. Understood? So before starting the code, let me ask, how many of you have the knowledge about the Java? Just raise your hands. Okay, Neeraj, Kashi, Sagar, and Simran. So Kashi, can you open your mic?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So Kashi, can you tell me what is a constructor in Java?
Wait, ma'am. Constructor.
All right, Karthik, you tell if you know.
Constructor is a special type of method. It is used to initialize the variables.
Okay, so
That are
Karthik, now tell me how do we implement inheritance in Java using which keyword?
by using new keyword object.
I'm asking about the inheritance, Karthik.
Yes. By using reference keyword.
All right, Karthik, you can switch your mic off. All right, so let's proceed with the code. So here inside this welcome.jsx, what I'm going to do is I will import React. Along with that, I will also import the component from React. And now you might be thinking, what is the need of importing this component? So here, if you wait for a while, let me tell you. So after importing both these things, I will create a class over here. Class, and then the name of the class is going to be welcome. And here I will use the concept of inheritance in JavaScript. So here the same is done in JavaScript as well. The way we used to inherit from the parent class in the child class using the extends keyword, we will use the extend keywords in JavaScript over here as well. So here I will write extends, and then I will write component. So whenever we are whenever we are using the class function over there, what we do, we extend or we inherit from the component, right? So after that, what we are going to do is we will write a render function. This render function is very much necessary whenever we are implementing the class component. Without this render function, we will not be able to get anything inside our web page. Inside this render function, we will write return, and then I will write a heading. And inside the heading, this one is lowercase, and inside the header tag, I will write hello, followed by, here I will write this dot name or this dot props dot name, and then I will write from class component.
मैम आपकी शायद स्क्रीन फ्रीज हो गई
Is it so?
कंपोनेंट के बाद
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. It is absolutely.
इट्स वर्किंग मैम मेरे में दिक्कत होगा कुछ
All right. Then what I will do, I will finally export the class using export default welcome and mark this props over here, and I will tell you it should be default. Yeah, FAULT. All right, and mark this dot props dot name. I will tell you how is it going to work when I will write the code inside the app.jsx. I will copy this entire code, and then I will write import React from React, and then I will also import what? Tell me. Come on, tell me.
वेलकम
Welcome class.
So here I have imported the welcome class. After that, I will create a function, and the name of the function is going to be app. And inside the app function, I am going to provide a return method. Inside this return method, I will provide a div tag. Inside the div tag, I will place a header tag, the H1. Inside the header tag, I will write class components. After the header tag, I will use the word
Welcome class, ma'am.
So here I will write welcome. Okay. After the welcome, what am I going to do is I will write name is equal to, here I will write Shania. And then this one is going to be the self-closing tag. And then I will close it. And here I am finally going to export the app function. Who has kept his mic on? Export default, and then I will write app. That's it. And I will save this as well. And now, since I am there inside the basics folder already, so for that I will write npm run this. Let's click on this. See, we are getting class component as the header, and then we are passing, we are getting hello Shania from class component, right? So this is how the props work. See, inside this page, we did not write anything. Any name we did not write over there, isn't it? This one is the child component. Like this one is the parent component, right? And here, this one app is the, see, inside this welcome
Parent
class, what we have written? We have written name is equal to Shania. And this Shania is being passed on to the parent, to the child component, that is welcome.jsx. What usually happens whenever we are using the props is used to pass on data from the parent component, that is app.jsx, to the child component, that is welcome.jsx. With the help of this props, we are getting the name of Shania over there. What if I change the name from Shania to anything? Say for instance, I am passing Hannah, and I will save this. And here in the page, I will get Hannah replaced by, Shania replaced by Hannah. So this is how the props, which is the short form of properties, helps us while passing on data from the parent component to the child component. Understood? Or are there any doubts? Any doubts in the class component?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So which method is very most necessary while we are implementing the class component?
Render method.
Great. So without the render method, we will not get anything inside our web page. So here we have seen how the class component is working. Now moving on to the functional component. The functional component is most in use nowadays. So let me comment all these things. So here I will write say for instance, const welcome is equal to, here I will write name. And this one is the function. Which kind of function is it?
Arrow function.
All right. So here what I will write? I will write return. Then I will write a header tag with 82. Inside this, I will write the same thing, that hello. And then here I will write the name. And then I will write from functional component. That's it. And then I will write export default welcome. And here I will save this. So can you see how much lines of the code have been decreased when we are using the functional component in place of class component?
Yes, ma'am.
5 lines.
See, we are getting the same thing. Hello, Hannah from class component. Let's do this thing. Let's save it again. And here we are passing Hannah, Kish. And then I will save it. Hello, Kishan from functional component. So these couple of approach for writing our codes are performing the same tasks. But what is the difference that you can see over here? What is the difference?
मैम ये वाला कोड छोटा है.
Yes. So this functional components helps in reducing the number of lines of the code. Now moving to the state. So what we are going to do over here is we will create another page inside this SRC folder. And the name of the page is going to be counter.
Ma'am, function.
Yeah.
Ma'am, functional components we are using is a type of props.
Yeah. So now moving on to this React states. Now, what did I tell you people? What do we mean by the states in React? In the previous class, I have told. What do you mean by states? We were using something in the previous class to change the states, I guess. Kishan, you tell. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I think, ma'am,
What do you mean? Yeah, say. Alright. So here now we are going to implement the states. States are the data that we see in the website, right? So let me provide a program using the class component. So for that, I will write import React. And then in order to implement the class component, what else do we have to import?
Component.
From the React library. And then I will write class counter extends. Extends what?
Component, ma'am.
Components.
And then I will create a constructor. And as Karthik had said, that constructors are used in order to initialize a variable. Inside this constructor, I will write super. And this super method is used whenever we are implementing the inheritance in Java or JavaScript.
Yes,
After
ma'am.
this, I will write this dot state is equal to, here I will initialize the value of count. Here I will write the initial value of count is 0. And then I will write a function. And the name of that function is going to be increment. And this increment is going to be an arrow function. And inside the increment, I will write this dot set state. And here I will write count. And I will change the value of count with this dot state dot count plus 1. So this is how we are increasing the value of count variable. After writing the increment function, I will write the returns method. Inside the return method, all right. So shall I write only the return method or shall I write something else as well?
We have to
Write
return.
the render.
Render function, ma'am.
Inside the render function, we will place the return statement. So here inside the, let's repeat the proper login. Yeah. Inside the return method, I will provide a div tag. And inside the div tag, I will write a paragraph. And here inside the paragraph tag, I will write count. And then I will write this dot state dot count. Right? And then I will provide a button. Can anyone tell me why am I providing the button?
And to click for
And
updating
after
data.
Clicking the button,
after
we can
clicking
change the
this
state. So,
okay. So after clicking the button, which function should I write over here so that the button can execute?
Increment button.
increment. Increment.
This increment.
Increment.
And then I will write increment inside the button. And here I will export the name of the app. Export default counter. Then I will save it. Now moving on to the app.jsx. Here what I will do, I will remove, I will not remove this. I'll rather import counter from counter. And then I will render the counter over. And this one is also going to be the self-case. I will save this. And what is it saying? Because we have already the construct. Okay,
Remove construction.
constructor.
What's the props, ma'am?
No, it was the typo only. we are getting the count and then we are also getting the increment button, right? So what will happen if I will click on this increment button?
Count will be
Count increases.
Count will be 1, ma'am.
Okay. So the number of times I will click on this increment button, that number of times the value of count is going to increase, right? So something like this in the previous class as well, we have implemented using the hook. Can you people tell me what hook was that? We are changing the state, right? We are changing the state over here. Like we are writing set state.
Use state hook, ma'am.
Okay. So in order to, let's stop the server, clear this, and let's delete this. So we are implementing the class component over here. So what will happen if I will implement the functional component? Let's see what will happen. I will comment this entire thing. So here what I am going to write is, I will write const countdown. This is the name of the function. And in order to use the functional component, we don't require this. We do not need to import this component from React. Rather, what we will import, the use state hook.
Use state hook.
So this counter is an arrow function. Inside this function, I will write const. And then what should I do? What should I
Count,
store
ma'am.
inside the array?
State.
Variables. Count, ma'am. Set count.
And what is the set count?
Function, ma'am.
Count function.
So here I will write count and then set count. After that, what should I write?
Use state.
Use state
Define
hook,
this.
Okay. And here I will
Initial value.
initialize the value of count with 0. And then I will write return statement. Inside the statement, I am going to provide the same thing that I have provided over here. That a div tag it's formatted. So here inside the paragraph tag, I will provide count and then I will provide the value of count only. So I will remove this. After that, I will write set count. We'll remove this button on click function. So inside this on click function, I will write a function inside the curly braces. And using this arrow function, I will use the set count function. And inside the set count, I will write count plus 1. And then I will save it. So can you see the difference between this much of line of code and this line of code?
Yes, ma'am.
And let's see if it's giving us the same output. CD basics. npm run. There. It's providing us the same thing, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now moving on to the props. We will learn more about the props. So for that, what am I going to do is, I will create one more page inside this src folder. And the name of the page is going to be parent.jsx. After that, I will create one more page. And that page is going to be, guess the name?
Child.jsx.
Child.jsx. Inside the parent.jsx, what I will do, let's provide the child at first. So here inside the child, I will write import React from React. And then I will define a child function. So for that, I will write const child is equal to, here I will pass the user as the parameter inside the arrow function. And inside the function body, I will write return followed by a header tag. And this header tag, I will write h3. And this will say hello followed by user's name. There's an exclamation mark. After that, I will say this is what we call prop drilling. So this is the exact thing that I am showing over here to you people is what we call prop drilling, which means passing the properties one after the other continuously inside the child components, right? And then what I will write, I will finally export this using export default child. And then I will save this. Now moving on to the parent component. Inside the parent component, what I will do, what I have to import.
Child component, ma'am.
Okay. React from React. And then I will import child from child. After importing this, I will write const parent is equal to, here again I will pass the user. And then inside the function body, I will write return. Here I will write the child function that I have imported, and then I will set the user is equal to the value of user. And this one is going to be the self-closing test. And here also I will export this default parent. And then I will save this. Now moving on to our app.jsx. And here I will import what?
Parent.
Why am I not importing the child function?
It is
The
already
child
imported.
never extends the parent's property. Always.
Okay. All right, great. So here's what I will do. Here I will write parent. Parent. After writing the parent, I will write user is equal to, for example, which user should I write? Okay, let's write fashion. And this one is also a self-closing, correct? And then I will save it. So, can you understand what is being happened over here? Inside the parent class, I am passing the value of user as Kashiram. Are you clear with this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, moving on to the parent class, this parent class is passing the user to the child class. Got it?
ma'am.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
moving on
Yes,
to the child class, this child class will provide the user inside the header tag. Are you being able to understand how the props are passing from one class to another class like a chain?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is why we call
Yes.
Hello.
hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you people see
ma'am.
the output? This
No,
one?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So this is the, you people are still not being able to see it.
मैम दिख रहा है,
Yes,
आप
ma'am.
दिख रहा है।
No, ma'am, now it is visible.
Okay. So now, do you have any kind of doubt in the concept of prompt drilling?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Say for instance, you are making a big project, right? Over there, you need to pass on some value. So over there, you will have a lot of number of files, right? You will be dealing with many files over there. So what is going to happen over there is you are going to get confused, like in which file you are importing what thing, and from which file the data is being passed on to another file, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
in
ma'am.
order to replace this entire prop drilling, what we are come up with is the context. And I will show you how to implement the context. For that, I will create a new file inside this SRC folder. And the name of the file is going to be user. And here a new file will be there. Yeah. Name is user context dot JSX. Inside this user context, I will write import, and here I will import the create context from React. So whenever we are dealing with the context, this thing is very much important. That is the create context. We have to import this create context whenever we are dealing with context. After that, I will also import, or let's export it. Export const. Here the variable is user context is equal to, here I will write create context, and inside this I will pass a null value, and then I will save it. And now coming on to the app.jsx. So here inside the app.jsx, let's make 3 files more. The user context is not going to be enough. Inside the SRC folder, let's make which one? All right, make dashboard dot JSX, and then make one more file. Say for example, not user. It's provided profile.jsx. JSX, right? Now, if I will go to the dashboard.jsx or say profile.jsx, here what I will do, I will go inside the profile.jsx, and here I will import React, followed by what thing I will import? I will import this use context from React. After importing them, I will also import the user context that I have just made. This one. And then I will make a function, and the name of the function will be profile is equal to, this one is going to be an arrow function. And here I will write const user. It should be, let's say, small, is equal to, I will write use context, and this use context is a React hook. Like we used the use state hook, similarly we are using the use context hook from React. Understood? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So inside this use context hook, we will pass the user context that we have just made. I have passed the user context. After that, I will provide a return method. Inside the return method, I will write, or let's do not make it a method. Instead of return method, let's just write a header tag using h3. And inside the header tag, I will write welcome, followed by the user. And here, inside the parenthesis, I will write from context. And then I will finally export this profile function using what? I will save it. Now moving on to the dashboard.jsx. Inside the dashboard.jsx, what I will do is, here I will move and then I will write import React from the React library. And then I will import a profile. Yeah. And here I will create one more function, that is const dashboard is equal to an arrow function. Then I will provide a return method. Here I will write a div tag and then I will place a header tag so that the user will be able to know that this one is the dashboard. After the tag, I will finally render the profile tag. Alright. And here also, I will export this dashboard function. Export default dashboard. And then I will save it. So by now, what we have made? We have made the dashboard and then we have also made the profile. Now we will finally move to our app.jsx. Here I will remove this entire thing and then I will write import React from React and then I will write import user context. After the user context, I will also import the dashboard. And then I will create an app function. Here I will write const user is equal to, I will provide the name of the user. Let's say Sweden. Kiran. Surya. So the name of the user is Surya Kiran. And then I will return here inside the I will place the user context followed by a keyword, that is user context dot provider. And then I will provide the value is equal to, here I will provide the value of the user. And inside this user context dot provider, I am going to render the dashboard. And this one will be the self-closing tag. And then finally, I will export the function. Export default app. And then I will save it. So now I will be able to understand how do we use this entire use context and the value to the user. And this will pass on to the dashboard here inside this file. And this dashboard, did we anywhere write the value of the user, anything?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, right? So it reduces the number of lines of codes as well, which is how it also prevents the prop drilling. And inside the dashboard, we are having the profile. So it will automatically get passed to the profile.jsx. Here we are having user. So in place of user, we will get the name of the user. So let's click on this. Welcome, Surya Kiran from context. Getting this thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how this use context, and see, whenever we are using the use context, over there, two things are very much essential. That is importing the create context, importing the use context, and then finally, inside this app.jsx, you have to provide the provider keyword and then the value. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have any more doubts in these files that I have shown to you people, or these codes provided to you people, then you people can ask me. And I will explain it to you again. So if someone asks you people, why do we use the context? So what will you say?
Access values from React.
Can you please repeat, Kishan?
React context. Can I?
Can you please repeat why do we use the use context to, or why do we use this entire concept of context instead of props? What will you say?
Accessing the value of React context.
But we can access the value using props as well, right? Then why do
By
we use
using
this?
Ma'am,
convert in
Yeah, should be used.
ma'am, if there are many if there are many nested folders inside, like if the like if the tree, like if it is very deep, then it'll be very difficult to extract the components. That's why we use it.
Exactly. And this also prevents the prop drilling, which means passing of data from one parent components to different child components, which creates a hierarchy. So this use context is preventing the prop drilling, which also preventing the hierarchy. And that is directly passing the data from the parent component to whichever file over where we need the requirement of that particular variable or the user, like inside this profile.jsx, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Any further doubt in class component, functional component, state, prop, use state, use context, etc.? Are you people making the back end of your project? I guess we are done with the back end of your month. Have you done that?
मैम कर रहे हैं तो धीरे धीरे.
I have told you people to finish completing the back end so that when I finish to teach you people the front end, then you people will get some time to create the front end as well, and then you have to integrate them, the back end and the front end. That's why I'm saying, because on 25th or 27th, you people will be having a project evaluation. So you people have to be ready with it. And let me remind you one more time that when I will take your evaluation, I don't want to listen any of these excuses that, ma'am, I don't have the entire code. Half of the code is with my team and half of the code is with me. I will not listen to this thing. If you are creating the project, then each and every member of the team should have the entire code. Getting my point?
Yes.
And one more thing is that if you are presenting in a complete team, over there, I have taught you the front end and the back end to each one of you who are present inside the meeting. So if someone says that, ma'am, I want to listen that. Because I have taught you both the things, that the front end and the back end. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I'll be asking you questions from anywhere that you have to answer, irrespective of whichever thing you have worked on. So be ready with the codes and learn, not learn, I would say, like know the reason behind using each and every word inside the code. And which all packages do we have imported, and why do we use those packages? Why do we use that particular thing inside the code? You should be very, you should be having very keen knowledge for using those things inside your codes.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Ma'am, can I use Tailwind CSS instead of Bootstrap?
Yeah, sure. You can use the Bootstrap, Tailwind, CSS, or else you can also use the Material UI.
Okay, ma'am.
But you
Thank
should be having the idea, like why are you using them and what kind of, like in order to make or style which kind of component you have used what.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Udai.
Ma'am, in the back end, you teach a lot of things, but there is a payment integration method in our back end, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll be
So on
teaching
the
it to you.
okay, ma'am. That's why I asked.
Yeah, like see, today is 16, and in the next 2 to 3 classes, I will complete teaching you people the React and all these things, and then I will teach you 2 things, that is the multer and then the payment gateway integration. Got it?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Using the multer, you people will be able to upload the files from your PC to the website that you have created. Understood? And if you see the roadmap, let's see the people. Yeah, here is the roadmap. So according to the roadmap that is provided for you people, we have done till the React authentication, right? In the previous class, we have done that, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the next class, I will be teaching you people Axios API, which we have also done in the previous class. We have done this, right? Axios and API integration. Like connecting the front end to the back end. We have done this for the login and registration part.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is what we will be learning more in the detail. And then we will also do the dynamic pages and all these things. Front end to the back end, build user dashboard, etc. All right. So if you people have any kind of doubt in this class, then you people can ask, or else you people can leave the meeting.
Thank
Ma'am,
you,
on
ma'am.
doubt, ma'am.